on the NCAA football, 14 subreddit.
Yeah.
I've just searched for like Kirk Herbstreit quotes.
Like on the that he says.
Like from the game.
Are there any good ones?
I'm looking. Okay, here we go. You ever heard the saying, "Get your keys out, because we're on a drive"?
He says that shit all the time in my games.
So somebody says, the title of the post is "Pissing Off Herbstreit." He says, when you're running up the score and Kirk Herbstreit's getting pissy about it, so you run it up even more. Good times. Good times.
Dude, the Madden, not like from Madden 18 and on, the announcers they try to do like a halftime show.
Yeah.
And obviously you can just press X to skip it. And they make like smart remarks. They're like, I can't even finish my Snickers.
Somebody says, or when you're an offensive coordinator and you have to punt, but he bitches about you going for it on fourth down even though you didn't.
Oh yeah, when you come back out.
Yeah.
They turn the ball over because they didn't go for it. Because they put down, yeah.
Someone says, throws it out of bounds. Wow, the QB's really taking a risk throwing it into coverage like that. He should just throw it out of bounds next time.
Yeah.
Or this classic line. Yeah, are you kidding me? There's a blanket around that receiver. Somebody else had to be open. Oh, okay, so this guy's got the tea. He's got all the good ones. He says, the ironic part is, this guy's been telling the coaches he wants to play some wide receiver.
Oh my God, I hate that one.
Want to know why you're not playing wide receiver? Because you can't catch the ball as a defensive back.
I hate that one.
he like comments underneath it. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Herbstreit, but have you been to this team's practices enough to make that assessment? How do you know he can't catch after just one drop?"
I was the weak.
He said, "Once again, you were a QB. What the hell do you know about the secondary? Miss me with that bullshit, Herb. Stick to the pregame picks."
in the defensive backs, as an excuse for him, defense on that game is insanely hard. Okay, so
yeah,
defense on that game is stupid.
Oh, here's another one. A quarterback is supposed to take care of his linemen and vice versa. You got to be wondering what kind of relationship is going on in that locker room after today.
Got to.
Somebody says Herbstreit threw 5 touchdowns and 11 interceptions in his 4 years at Ohio State. He can't say shit. Oh my God.
Woohoo! Welcome back, everybody. I know y'all been waiting all week for this. We're a little bit later than last week, but you know what? Sometimes when it's late, you impregnate the airwaves with the podcast. I don't know where that one went, but anyways, you heard us giving a bunch of great quotes by Kirk Herbstreit on the freezing cold open. So
we've also been talking about the dang Joker and how freaking twisted he is.
Oh yeah, I left that off
So
because
twisted, bro.
I don't want no spoiler alerts, but
Oh yeah.
y'all all make sure that you put on your happy faces. And we'll give you the ending joke. Or, well, what's the death joke?
Yeah, something like that.
It's like the worst joke ever. But anyway.
We're taking a very brave stance.
Yep.
And coming out against incels. By not going to see the Joker movie.
Which also means that we're going against one of our own, Tyler Atwood.
No. Atwood's just sitting at home, like, doing the Joker laugh to him.
Oh, I played him in Madden last night, and he definitely wasn't penetrating any defense.
Oh,
so,
no.
Anyways.
Maybe we should pick some football games.
Maybe. Yikes, this is awkward. So, I guess I probably should have ordered them, but we're just going to go with the order of what time they're on. So, we've got number 6, Oklahoma. 10.5 point favorite against number 11, Texas. And, as always, they play this in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl. I think I'm going to take Oklahoma. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be a primetime player in this game because, as he said, he's played in the Iron Bowl, so the magnitude of this game isn't going to affect too much. But
is that, let me ask y'all something. Is that disrespectful in y'all's opinion?
I think it's slightly disrespectful because, like, throughout history, I think that this has had probably, I think this game has meant more. But in the past little bit, I think the Iron Bowl has meant more.
Yeah, I mean, historically, yeah, you're right. I think like Oklahoma, Texas has had more title implications, typically, I would think.
But, I mean, Jalen Hurts isn't wrong. He's played in much bigger games than this one.
Yeah, I mean, he's played in a national championship game.
He's
so.
played in the college football playoff all 3 years in college, so.
Like, the only reason I bring that up is that I did see on the college football subreddit that a lot of Oklahoma fans kind of, like, a lot of them were basically like, yeah, that's a little disrespectful, but also we kind of went into this understanding that, you know, he's only here to win a title. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I don't know. He's definitely dominating. I feel like maybe it's partly just to get the Texas team riled up a little, or like his opponents maybe getting their heads a little bit and say like, y'all are just another game.
Right.
Which I guess that could also work the other way, and they could get fired up and be like, we're going to show them that we're tougher than Auburn. But, yeah, I'm taking Oklahoma. Who you got, Savannah?
I've definitely got Oklahoma. As much as I'd like to see Texas win, just because, like, I don't know. I feel like it's hard to, like, not like Texas.
Oh, I don't like Texas.
Well, you're a TCU fan, so that's different. But anyways, I do think Oklahoma is the better team this year. And so I think that they'll cover the spread, honestly.
Is that a hot take?
Low-key a little bit, because it's like a 10.5 point spread, I think.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
Who you got, Wes?
I'm also going to go with OU. Kind of like Savannah said, I mean, I do like Texas. From what I've seen, they have a really good quarterback and a good offense, but I just don't think that they're going to be able to, like, outgun OU for 4 quarters. You know what I mean? I just think that Hurts will be able to. He's kind of balling right now, so I think he'll pull OU to the win. It'll be close. I think probably, you know, a touchdown or 2 difference. I don't think it'll be a blowout, certainly. But
What about you, Robbie?
Texas forever.
oof.
No, not really. Oklahoma's gonna win.
Yikes.
Okay.
No, I got Oklahoma. I don't know if they cover, but I would say that they win.
Before I segue into the next pick, Wes, you mentioned seeing stuff on Reddit. I also saw on the internet where Lincoln said that he was that the OU players would not do the horns down. I think that if you beat Texas and you're as much of a rival, why would you respect them and not do the horns down? Might as well.
I think that them getting penalized for doing the horns down thing is stupid.
We've literally had players put a flag in the field. All right, put the like your own players did that at Oklahoma. let them do the horns down.
Texas is a bunch of pansies.
That's a pretty minor,
They said, you made a hand signal?
That hurts our feelings. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God.
It's stupid.
The true story behind this is PETA got offended and lawsuit. Anyways,
no.
We're staying in the state of Texas, boys, as the Aggies are hosting number 1 Alabama. Texas A&M ranked number 24 themselves, but they're a 17-point underdog at Chris Kyle Field.
Oh, no.
Do we think the 12th man can stand up? I personally do not, but but that 12th man, rumor has it, they've also got a 13th man upstairs. Chris Kyle.
Oh my God.
ready to snap down.
I mean, honestly, to win this game, I think Texas A&M might need some shooters on the side.
I felt they could shoot down Nick Saban and still not win this game, though. I think.
Well, see, he's a hard target because he's short and he's in amongst a bunch of tall people. So
he's got that hat, so it's probably got it's probably bulletproof.
That's kind of a good point. I always do wonder, what kind of security do they have, say, at, the national championship? Because I know you always see the cops who will, run onto the field with the coaches after the game. So I'm just wondering, is there any other precautions taken? You know what I mean?
I'm sure there is.
Are those cops? All right, let's say they're playing. Let's say Alabama's playing in Knoxville. Are those cops Alabama hired, or are they
I'm pretty sure it's just state troopers from whatever state they're in.
So Tennessee State Troopers?
Yeah.
That's kind of a conflict of interest.
Yep. All right, let's say Alabama hangs 50 on Tennessee.
Yeah.
What if that cop was just you know what? Let them have it.
How closely am I really going to guard Coach Saban? You know, y'all want to know something funny?
What was that?
On my note, because I wrote some just quick notes under all these games on a Word document, and under this game, I picked Bama, obviously, but my reasoning was that there's a real lack of weapons on Texas A&M. I meant offensively, football-wise, but kind of works.
It really does. All right, so Wes is taking Bama, so now who you got?
Who the hell do you think I got?
Yikes.
Ain't no damn way Texas A&M's gonna win this game. Alabama easily covers that spread.
Hey, y'all want to know something funny?
Yeah.
Chris Kyle is actually from Texas, so
Yeah.
I didn't realize he's from Odessa. So and he played in Middle Texas, so maybe he was an A&M fan. Who knows? But Robbie, who you got?
I got Bama. Big.
All right. I kind of just picked this game just because it was two ranked teams, but honestly, there was no really good point. Speaking of games that needed a point, we got our favorite USC travels to Notre Dame.
Oh, hell yeah.
And let's just say, oh my gosh, USC is gonna really see how that South bends. You know what I'm saying?
Tyler's gonna be mad that he missed out on the Catholic boy tickler joke.
Notre Dame might be an 11-point favorite, but I got USC by 69. All right, not really, but I do think USC wins because I still think they got more talent. I think USC. I think Notre Dame doesn't really have that much talent, and they just look good because they kind of play some scrubs. I mean, they did play good against Georgia, but a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Are you saying? Yeah, it does. Are you saying that they ain't played nobody, Paul?
They did play the Brigham Young. No, Notre Dame. Did Notre Dame play them?
I don't know. I'd have to check.
Who are you gonna say they played?
I was just making a joke.
Oh, okay. Oh, you was gonna say, they played like 5 opponents. You're a clown.
Oh, but am I a joker? I'll go ahead and pick. I don't really have an innuendo joke. I just picked Notre Dame, and in my notes I just wrote USC some poo poo.
Oh, okay. Get out of here.
That's all I got.
So then, who you got?
Well, as a Miami fan, I can honestly say that I hate Notre Dame. But I think that the Trojans are going to penetrate the Catholic boy tickler defense. I really do think that USC has a chance. I think that Notre Dame is kind of overhyped this year, as usual. They get a little overhyped, and I don't think they deserve a number 9 spot. But that's my hot take.
Alright, so yes, I got those. So how about you, Robbie?
Well, Catholic preachers, they don't need Trojans.
Oh no!
Yikes!
In Notre Dame.
Yikes!
Would you say they might win on a Hail Mary?
It just not.
Let's go.
That was not here. Somebody had to do it.
I swear I didn't plan it this way, but speaking of boy ticklers, we got the number 10 Penn State.
No.
Travels to number 17 Iowa. And it just gets even worse because Iowa's tradition is waving to the little kids at the hospital. It just gets worse.
I saw an interesting fact on this game earlier today.
What is that?
Penn State has lost, or they're 0-6 since James Franklin came there against ranked opponents on the road. But Iowa is 0-6 in their last 6 games against ranked or top 10 opponents.
Iowa? What did you say Iowa was?
They're 0-6 in their last 6 games against top 10 opponents, and Penn State is 0-6 since James Franklin's been there in road games against a ranked opponent.
Okay, so I know I was saying some toxic stuff, but I really do think Iowa's the better team. Penn State, I don't think that Franklin's that good of a coach, honestly. And
I think he is a good coach, but I think he's like Mark Richt.
Would it make it better if I said that this is tight end university? All right.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
But they really are.
Ryan's mad.
So I think Iowa wins, and I think that they show that Penn State ain't trash, or that they are trash. That's what I'm going to say.
I guess I'll go. Yeah, I struggle with this one because I kind of view these two as being about the same, or about equally as good. But I just don't. I don't have any strong opinions. I just kind of picked Penn State.
You don't have strong opinions?
Well,
Yikes.
about this game. The Joker movie, yes. This game, no. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the safe, quote unquote safe money. I did see there's like a comparison they were doing, and so of course we mentioned that Penn State might not have like the best schedule, but they are scoring 47 points a game compared to Iowa's 27.5. And they're rushing and passing for more in a game. So I feel like Penn State's kind of got the advantage here.
All right. So who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Penn State too. The stats, they just look better. Like, I agree with Wes that I don't really have a strong opinion about either of these teams, but I know Iowa's coming off of a loss to Michigan last week, and I don't think it's gonna be the kind of loss that like gets you fired up because Michigan's still ranked below them, but Iowa did get to beat MTSU by a lot, so that was nice. I do think Penn State will win though.
There you go.
I was pretty disappointed with Iowa last week because I really thought that they would beat Michigan, and they played like poo-poo. So yeah, I'm big in Penn State this one.
Trash. Alright. I know we've already picked a SEC game, but this is really it just means more game of the week. Florida travels to the Bayou to play LSU. 8 o'clock, Death Valley. Death Valley is going to be rocking. Partially because their team is a 13.5-point favorite against the number 17 in the country. I think LSU wins this. And another prediction, I think that after the game, we still have no idea what Ed Orgeron says. So, the fact that they're the number 5 team and are popping on offense as much as they are, and they probably don't even know what their own coach is saying, is pretty impressive. So, I don't know that their offense is going to put up as much as they have this year because I think they're averaging like 55 points a game or like something really high.
They have the number 1 offense in the country.
Yeah, that might get slowed down a little bit, but
they have the number 1 offense, and Florida has the number 1 defense in the country. That's kind of cool.
But I think Florida's trash. But I'm taking LSU. Who you got, Wes?
I just think Florida is extremely overrated. I haven't been shown anything. I mean, like we said, Atwood's not here, so I feel comfortable saying this. But Kentucky goofed. Like they had Florida on the ropes, and I don't think Kentucky is that good of a team. It's just that they kind of shit the bed in the second half, so to speak. And I don't know. Are they still? Is this right? Are they still ranked number 7?
Florida, yeah.
Why the hell?
I don't feel like they're that good. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like they'll beat the brakes off Tennessee, but everybody's kind of doing that. So I don't know. All that to say, basically, I think LSU is going to win. I think it could still potentially be close, but yeah, LSU in Death Valley. I'll take the Tigers.
Savannah?
I feel like this is another pretty easy one to pick, that LSU is going to win this. LSU is the better team this year than Florida is. Florida has had some close wins. They've been winning, but a lot of them have been close wins that aren't well-deserved wins. And LSU has definitely been earning their wins against decent teams. So, like, at least against Texas. But I think I don't think LSU will do as good in this game as they have been doing against other teams, but I still think they'll win.
All right. So, Robbie,
who has LSU played?
Everybody. Nah.
They've played some crap teams. They have played Vanderbilt and Texas are like the two that I know that they played.
Hey, they play Utah State.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. Utah State and What is NWST?
Like, I don't even know. I would guess Northwestern. Yeah, Northwestern State Demons.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
So they literally beat the Devil.
That team, that's who you pick, like, on a NCAA 14, where it just says, like, FCS Northwest or whatever.
Hey, they aren't as bad as that team that I picked once. What are they called? Barrow? Up in Barrow, Alaska.
Yeah.
I looked up, and that place is like the northernmost place in Alaska. You would not be getting any recruits to go there.
Yeah, I think it's also, I guess it would make sense, but it's the northernmost point of the United States, and also maybe North America, like the continent North America.
Yeah, there might be. I don't know if there's a more north place in Canada, but definitely United States. But
There you go.
Robbie, who you got?
I think LSU wins. I think the final score is going to be like 28 to 10.
Okay,
I can say that. I can say that.
It's like a solid win. Alright, before we get off, I don't know if y'all had anything else, but Robbie, I was reading on Reddit, like I always do. I found this thing that's called the Week 7 Watchability Ratings. And it just talks about, like, it gives 20 games and they rank it, like, as far as, like, maybe what someone would want to watch.
Yeah.
So 1 through 3 is obviously like Florida, LSU, Oklahoma, Texas, Penn State, Iowa. Number 19 on this list is Mississippi State versus Tennessee. But number 16 is Northern Illinois versus Ohio. Do you think that says a lot for the state of Tennessee football? I mean,
I think Tennessee could win this weekend. I think that the Mississippi State game is winnable. Do I think we're going to win? No. But we could. It's winnable.
That's a respectable opinion.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there.
I was listening to something, and it said that, like, this is talking about people that have been that went to the Georgia game, but I heard that, like, there wasn't that many drunk fans there. Like, if you didn't absolutely know that, like, they were selling beer, you wouldn't have noticed that, like, had started selling beer there. So I thought that was kind of crazy.
$10 a freaking beer.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good point, but when your
Everybody just pre-games beforehand.
I guess they were drinking it probably whenever they lost to BYU, but
Yeah. They did fun against BYU, I think.
I feel like we had something that we was going to talk about last week, but I can't remember it. I don't know. Anyways, do y'all have any discussions or stuff that y'all thought of?
I will say, we're going to turn the podcast into a movie review podcast. So expect more Joker takes.
Heavy spoilers. Like, we might come out and just automatically say what happened at the end of the movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, dead ass, like, if we could do something like a really good movie comes out that everybody's talking about, and just have, like, a short 20-minute talking about it or something, that would be cool, but that'd be kind of outside the range of our normal, you know.
Maybe to get more viewers, though. Like, but maybe if there's any, like, pop culture that's, like, not too controversial, but, like, people would accept the takes, maybe we could try it.
Well, and the Joker's a good, like, kind of a good,
it's slightly controversial.
It's somewhat controversial. Like, it's controversial enough that I think we'd get clicks because of the whole, like, incel thing or whatever. But
I think
not
the media
so
is honestly making it more controversial than it was.
Well, that was kind of the whole thing, is that a lot of people in the media, for some reason, decided that was the incel movie all of a sudden. And then, like we said, like, I think off air, you know, it really wasn't even much of a factor in the movie. So,
well, like, I mean, I know that me, you, and Robbie have all played Call of Duty. Like, that no Russian level, and like, there's tons of other stuff that is way worse than this Joker movie.
Yeah. Oh, you mean school shooting simulator, Call of Duty? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, to say that watching the Joker is going to cause that whenever, like, I mean, you go watch Avengers and you see Thanos say, like, I'm going to kill half the population. How's that any different?
Yeah. Well, and it's also just like, that's not how any of this works. Like, you don't just watch something and then go, I am an incel.
Well, maybe you do. Maybe you're like, dang, his life sucks, but like, mine sucks worse.
Well, the one, and I guess we can wrap it up on this, but the one interesting thing about it is
well,
like,
if you're an incel, you aren't wrapping it up. Oh, sorry, I had to say it.
But the old, like, the Heath Ledger Joker had kind of been almost like repurposed by the boomers for like anti-Obama memes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it kind of seems like this Joker is, I don't know, like he's leading an uprising against, Batman and his parents and the other rich people. So, I don't know.
Well, I like how they did it because there is one scene where you see Bruce, but like, I've also seen a lot of people like that keep trying to compare this with like they put scenes. Like, there's a scene of the Joker riding in a cop car, and they're trying to compare that, and it's like, or he's just riding in a cop car.
The tweet was like, for those of y'all who missed the reference, and the quote tweet that I saw was just like, yes, both movies have cars.
The bad guy ends up in a cop car. Who would have guessed?
Yep.
If it was really a reference, he would have been out of the car, like, waving.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like, in the Dark Knight, Heath Ledger is fully outside the vehicle. Half his torso is out, and it just so happened that, Joaquin Phoenix was in a car.
Yeah, that's just crazy. But
that's all I got to say about the dang Joker.
That might be all I got to say about the pod. But, y'all are good?
Yep.
You got anything else, Savannah?
Nope, I am sleepy.
That means she's about to go play Fortnite, but anyway. Alright. PodBois.
Hello.